Hi guys, let's do a reading on the energy that is surrounding us at this time. We are in eclipse season, so we are energetically in the middle of transformation. This is a time where a lot of things are shifting. There are a lot of big changes happening at this time. There's definitely a sense of not knowing what's coming next. So let's pull on the energy surrounding the lunar eclipse at this time. How many times you get a this message in order for me to receive it, know that you want to best be received. Help me to see what it is I need to see, the message of possible as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you do want to deliver certain what messages do you have for the collective at this time regarding the lunar eclipse? See if maybe we can get some perspective on what it is that we should be expecting within this transformation, how to maybe prepare ourselves for what is coming within this transformation, because you want to be positioned in the right position if this is an energy where you're supposed to be receiving. But you also want to make sure that you are open and willing to release and surrender if this is the energy of you entering into a season where you are, well, in order to receive something, you have to first let it go. So let's just see what it is. It's in the energy at this time regarding the lunar eclipse. Yes, so that is so funny to me. We got discipline, freedom, as I was just talking about, the energy of giving and receiving, and perseverance. Yes. And surrender at the bottom of the deck. Yikes. It's like I almost knew that it was there. All right, so discipline. With this energy, I'm feeling as if there is definitely a sense of you coming into this place where you are learning to commit yourself to daily habits that kind of lead into the life that you want to exist in, right? It's not just about going from... I've been channeling this energy for a few weeks now, from going to walking in it to living in it. And this is almost what this energy feels like. I'm going to pull a separate reading on that energy, but I do feel that message here where it's almost as if you are realizing the difference between the fact that even shifting your mindset to living within the daily habits and the daily choices that you make, that in itself will put you within the lifestyle that you want to live, right? But in order to exist in that space, you have to be willing to expand yourself mentally. You have to be able to acknowledge yourself emotionally and spiritually as well. You have to be willing and able to ground yourself, to be willing to learn, right? Be willing to look at yourself in a deeper sense, right? Ask yourself the questions that it's almost as if like acknowledging the questions within yourself that you already know the answer to, but choose not to look at. I also feel a sense here of it's almost as if you have to learn to kind of see yourself within other people as well, right? Seeing the reflection of yourself within the people that surround you. and determining if that is something that is helping you to grow, if that's something that is helping to open you up in a healthy manner, or if it's something that is holding you back, is keeping you in this sense of resistance, and it is allowing you to live in this space of illusion, right? And determining where you need to let go of those things, right? But there's definitely a sense of grounding yourself so that you can expand, right? In order to go up, you first have to go deeper, right? The tree grows from the root first, then the fruit blooms from once the roots are in a stable and secure position. The deeper the roots, the more fruit you'll bear. Clarified discipline. So there's definitely a sense of you like opening yourself up to this new aspect of discipline within yourself, opening yourself up to this new area of holding yourself accountable to the choices that you make on a daily basis, right? Being aware of what it is that you're pouring into mentally. Are you doing things that are benefiting? Are you making choices that are encouraging you to move forward? Or are you indulging in habits that feed the addiction, right? Feed the craving. But what fruit comes from feeding a craving? You have to learn to discipline the flesh in order to preserve the spirit. That's what I'm feeling. There's definitely a sense of, I'm feeling like hermit energy here. I haven't even pulled any tarot yet. I just have the oracle out on the table, but I'm definitely, with this freedom card, it definitely feels like hermit energy, where there is definitely a sense of awareness within the foundation of your spirit. There's definitely a sense of wanting to protect, wanting to acknowledge, and wanting to live in an existence of freedom, of just being honest and truthful, right? There's definitely an energy of just like it feels like it definitely feels like the sun coming out, like tired of hiding, like the shadow period is over, right? The springtime, this is the transition. It feels like an energy of duality, where there's definitely a sense of, it's almost as if the more disciplined choices you make, the freer you feel, right? What's the irony in that? The more structured you are, the more free you become. The more stable you create yourself, or the more stability you create within yourself, it will manifest outside of yourself, right? That energy will reflect on the outside. So the energy surrounding this eclipse is definitely like the energy, and that is definitely what it feels like. It definitely feels like it's the sun and the moon. It definitely is that energy of yin and yang, duality, balance. It's what once was is no longer. Clarified discipline. You're definitely walking into a season of, yes, the Six of Pentacles. If that is not equal give and take, if that's not balance, and the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, mind you, I've only pulled one tarot card, and it's already like clarifying exactly what I just said. There's definitely an awareness of balance, of where you're feeding and what you're feeding it, right? There's a higher level of consciousness surrounding the healthiness of the things that are within you and the healthiness of the things that are around you, right? How healthy does my mind feel? How healthy does my body feel? How healthy is it for me to keep making this choice every day? How healthy is it for me to keep eating these same foods every day, right? What am I feeding my body? It's almost as if you are now looking at things from a future perspective. You're looking at your daily choices as a perception of your future endeavors, right? The choices you make now, how the choices you make now and the habits that you indulge in now will affect you in the future. So the habits, the people that you're hanging around, the foods that you're eating, how will those affect your health in the future? The choices that you're making, how will that affect your mental health in the future, right? And how will that reflect in your physical reality? There's definitely a disciplined consciousness in how you are moving within these daily habits. Because there's not just an awareness of yourself, the judgment card, your purpose, with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. My God. This is crazy to me. This energy feels so strong. With the 10 of Cups underneath the Hierophant. This energy feels very strong. It feels very, I don't want to say heavy because it's not, it doesn't feel like negative. It feels like that balance. Like it feels very strong and very powerful, but it also feels very like open and free at the same time. So that's just that sense of groundedness and rootedness that allows you this higher sense of awareness, right? It's the balance and alignment of the chakra, right? When your root chakra is very secure and balanced, it creates the foundation for the alignment of everything else that follows within it, right? And so when you start at the root chakra and align everything else in between, you receive so much more information from a very clear and balanced perspective, right? That's the crown. That's where you receive the information. That's where you receive, right? Your thoughts don't come from within. Your thoughts come from, you receive them from an outwardly perspective, right? The Hierophant and the 10 of Cups is definitely an awareness of what type of moral standards you have and holding yourself to those moral standards, right? Choosing not to ignore the little or taking accountability for the mistakes you make so that you are able to learn and grow from them in a sense, so that you can create better habits not only within yourself but within the people around you, right? Because when you hold yourself accountable, it kind of sets an example for the other people around you to hold themselves accountable, right? Now, that doesn't say that you are responsible for anybody around you. It's just an energetic transfer that it's just like an automatic kind of occurrence. It's the law of attraction. The law of it's energetic transference. And so if you feel yourself no longer in alignment with the people around you, if you feel yourself no longer in alignment with the habits that you're making, right? If you're feeling no longer in alignment with who it is that you are pretending to be, it's almost like there's this persona that you are lifting yourself from, right? Because maybe you perceive to be very, I mean, it could go either way. If you are the type of person who perceives to be very outgoing, but on the inside you're very shy, then you're walking, this eclipse is bringing that out of you. Whereas on the other hand, if you're the type of person who perceives yourself to be very shy and intimate, this eclipse is kind of shifting you into a perspective where your true self is showing the outgoing side of you, the part that you hide, right? So there's definitely a shift of what you're walking into, right? Like how you're leading your life with the choices that you make. That message is so strong. Your daily habits. Your daily habits are a very strong message in the purpose that you are meant to fulfill. Clarify freedom. You got the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Come lay down. All right, so with the freedom sense, yes, the Queen of Swords is definitely giving that sense of getting to know, because the Page of Swords is like a curiosity energy, right? It's investigation. It's sometimes the energy of like someone who's very inquisitive. They ask a lot of questions. They're very, but the Queen of Swords is also very disciplined. She's very cutthroat. She's very honest, and she's very very discerning with her mind and her words, right? She's very strategic in the way that she moves. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks to your legacy. It speaks to the energy that you create and manifest within the people that surround you, right? Within the resources that are available to you. So there's definitely an energy of you stepping into this place where you're making moves regarding opportunities that you want to create for yourself. You're definitely entering into this space where you are acknowledging things from not just a sense of what they present themselves to be, but also the position that they put themselves in. Let's pull on this Page of Swords. What is it that this Page of Swords is? The Eight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. There's definitely a new skill, a new passion. It's almost as if you're learning how to distance, how to create a sense of, it's almost as if there's like, it's the art of attachment and detachment, right? The art of surrendering. It almost feels as if it's a little bit of the Hangman energy, where you kind of allow yourself to distance yourself from a certain perspective so that you are able to see things from a different viewpoint, right? So taking yourself out of a situation and viewing it from a third perspective. But it almost is giving me like the art of surrender energy, right? Where you are knowing that just because you feel an attachment to something doesn't mean that you won't be able to have the discernment of when to let it go and know when to move on, right? But not allowing that to hold you back. I'm seeing like a bow and arrow. So when you like pulling it back, and when you detach yourself from it, it shoots forward, right towards the target. So it's almost as if there's like this like fast-paced energy coming in of things that maybe you thought you distanced yourself from, or maybe that you have distanced yourself from. And it's creating this sense of like force within you that just kind of propels you forward and creates this new sense of security within yourself of saying like, just because I love something doesn't mean that I don't have the strength to let it go. And not holding on to that, allowing yourself to use that energy to free yourself and to go after the things that it is that you truly feel passionate about, the things that truly kind of light you up inside, the true things that bring you warmth, the things that make you feel fulfilled, right? Wow, there's definitely a forceful energy here. I want to pull on this judgment card because there's definitely a very strong like force of energy. Clarify judgment. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you got the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So there's 100% a shift because the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, that is like there is so much balance within this energy that it is, I almost can't even put it into words. If there was a time where I mean, this is a general energy, so I'm just like throwing out scenarios here. But if there was definitely an energy of you where maybe once you felt cold towards the people around you, this energy is kind of shifting you into a new direction where you are surrounded by warmth and love, and it's just full of energy and life. Whereas if you were once the person who was, or maybe in another scenario, if you were once the person who was the light force and who was the life and the energy, you're kind of entering into the space of isolation where you're going within, right? There's definitely a sense of seeking a different journey. The 5 of Cups is giving me a sense of grief, but it's not a sense of grief of like in like sadness. It's almost as if you're saying goodbye to a journey of the past and welcoming in the journey of a new, right? So it's almost as if you're just like kind of saying your last goodbyes to what it is that is coming, or that you're letting go, so that you have the space to welcome in the new things. Because the Empress, underneath the Empress, is the Ace of Cups. So there's definitely a new sense of love, a new beginning of openness, a new beginning of maybe emotional availability within yourself, within the people that are around you, within the things that you create, whether that is new relationships, whether you are looking for a new career, whether you are looking for like new friendships, new business partners, however this applies to you. This is a general message. But there's definitely a sense of you like grieving things from the past, but again, like not grief in a sad way. It's almost as if you're just kind of like recognizing that this is a new journey that I'm taking on, and it's almost as if you're preparing yourself, right? Taking one last look down memory lane to kind of um, do a review of what it is that you need to change within yourself moving forward, within how you use your judgment, how you use your discernment, how you use your awareness. Clarify perseverance. I got the King of Pentacles and the Page of Wands with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely something that you have kind of, it's almost as if you're reaping the harvest from the garden that you've sown, right? You're reaping the abundance from what it is that you have kind of been creating, what you have been working towards within this past cycle, right? If you've been in a position where you have been learning, it's almost as if you're stepping into this position of the teacher. You're going from the student to the teacher, or vice versa. You're going from the teacher to the student. It can apply in whatever way it applies to you, but there's definitely this energy of commitment, of reassurance. There's definitely this energy of, because the King of Pentacles is someone who's very traditional. He's very stable. He has very strong morals and strong values, and he has the ability to create opportunities not only for himself but for the people around him. So there's definitely a sense of, with the Knight of Pentacles is very disciplined as well. He is very goal oriented, very, I don't want to say has a one-track mind, but there's definitely an energy of somebody who has got their eyes on the prize, right? And once your eyes are on the prize, it's almost as if you get into this mode of opening up different opportunities within this one focus. That's what the energy feels like, because the Page of Wands is an energy of not all of those who wander are lost. So it definitely feels like an energy of getting to know yourself on a deeper level. So if you have been in the energy where you have been kind of ignoring parts of yourself that were kind of screaming at you, this eclipse is kind of bringing you into an energy where you are moving into a stage of meditation, where you're sitting still and you are no longer hiding from the things that are crying at you. You're no longer hiding from the things that you were running from, because those things are going to catch up to you. And so this is the energy of those things kind of saying like, hey, I'm here. It's time to acknowledge me. And you finally turn around and look at them and accept them and kind of learn from them and grow from them and embrace them and give them the space to kind of set itself free. That's our energy of surrender. If you have been in the energy where you were in the season of doing the kind of introspection and things like that, you are now moving into a place where that energy is beginning to reflect in your outer world, right? Where you are beginning to see that, okay, wow, I am the abundance that I seek. I am the things that I wish to create, right? I have the ability to move into that space of creation, right? Because it is me who creates the world that I exist in. You are the one who creates the reality that is your life. The people around you are, if the people around you are heavily affecting the life that you are living in, they have way too much power over you in the life that you live. So this eclipse is there's definitely a shift in the duality of what your reality looks like, however that may apply to you, because it's your discipline, it's your focus, it's your commitment, it is your strong will that is kind of pushing you into this place of surrender. And if that's surrendering to yourself, then that's what it is for you. If that is surrendering to opening yourself up to loving other people, then that's the message for you, right? But you have to apply this for how it resonates. But there's definitely like a sense of freedom. It's very peaceful, but also very powerful. All right, let me pull some. I do kind of want to pull some more tarot. Let's see. What other messages do you have regarding this eclipse? It seems very straightforward. There's so many layers to this energy that I almost can't even touch on them all, because there's so many layers to what this shift entails. Because it seems as if this energy very much seems as if you are aware of this shift that's taking place, because you are moving in the direction of wanting this change. It's almost as if you feel this change and you're opening yourself up to say, okay, I feel this change. I'm ready to accept it. And so you're making the choices and decisions to kind of support what that change looks like. So there's definitely a level of awareness. The Lover's card, union within oneself. And the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So much. And I wish you could, I don't have the camera on, but in this deck, the Lover's card, there is the masculine and feminine, as well as the Two of Cups. The masculine and feminine energy is on here as well. There's so much balance. So much balance. The yin and yang is in an equal flow state. There's definitely an energy of temperance here. Whereas something that you could have waited for so long is finally coming in. There is a strong shift coming with this eclipse. There's a very powerful energy of like release, of freedom, of letting go. It's almost as if you're just like hanging in the balance, enough to protect yourself, to remain strong and firm, but also enough to, you're rooted firmly enough to remain secure and stable, but you're also allowing yourself to be free enough to flow with the wind, right? I'm seeing a flower blowing in the wind. I'm seeing the trees, the leaves on the trees on a windy day, like how the leaves kind of blow in the wind, or when the tops of the trees kind of sway back and forth, right? The whole trunk of the tree doesn't move because the roots are firmly planted in the ground, but the top of the tree sways back and forth with the rhythm of the wind when it blows, right? There's such a balance of freedom here. And maybe that's what it is. Like, you feel the security within yourself. So that allows you to draw in connections where there is a stronger sense of trust, right? Because you trust yourself enough to know that I have the strength to let go of things that I love, right? And how hard can that be sometimes, to kind of release yourself from the things that you feel such a strong attachment to? But that is the balance that I'm feeling. It's like you have that ability to kind of remain confident and strong enough to say, like, I can love all of the things around me and all of the people around me, with everything that I have, but I also have to love myself just a little bit more, to say that if I need to let these things go, I have the ability to do that without falling apart, right? That's that energy of balance. Any more messages? Yeah, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords, with the Magician at the bottom of the deck. 100% using the resources around you to kind of create love in different areas. There's definitely a strong sense of healing. There's definitely a strong sense of awareness of your emotions, a strong sense of security within your pain. It's almost as if like owning your shadow, owning your pain, owning the part of you that you hide, right? Giving love and feeding in to the parts of yourself that you may have ignored in the past, if that is what resonates for you, right? Learning how to use the resources around you to create the love within yourself that it is that you seek within others. Not expecting other people to feel a part of you that you feel you cannot fulfill within yourself. All right, let's pull a couple oracle, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm not gonna hold you too long. It's already over 30 minutes. But yes, I hope you guys are prepared for what it is that is coming in. This energy feels very good. It feels very strong. It feels very, but it also feels very like playful and childlike. Like you're entering into this new space of adventure. Whatever this is, whatever this new journey is definitely going to be something that you enjoy, because you have learned to enjoy the process. You have learned to maybe not hold on to things that you felt were so dark or you felt were like such a heavy burden or responsibility in your life, it's definitely an energy of you learning to accept them with love, and because those are a part of you as well. Just because it's the dark part of yourself, it doesn't mean that it's not worthy to be loved. Just because it's not a part of yourself that is openly seen, that doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be loved. Most times, those are the parts of us that need to be loved on just a little bit more. They need just a little bit more enlightenment. They need just a little bit more nourishment, a little bit more care in order for it to bring you into a sense of balance, a sense of peace, a sense of growth, so that you can have that sense of freedom, so that it doesn't weigh so heavily, right? It can't, it's almost as if no longer allowing it to hold you down, because you're learning to pick it up and set it free, right? The heart of the matter. Imagination. One more. Transformation. Simple pleasure. So definitely, there's definitely an energy here of you opening yourself up, opening your mind, opening your heart, and opening your spirit to become in alignment with one another. The simple pleasures, this is giving surrender energy. It's definitely enjoying this new process, enjoying what it is that this new season is going to bring for you, enjoying this change that you're going through, right? Because change is a good thing. Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not necessary. And just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that it won't feel good, right? During a workout, you feel uncomfortable because you're feeling the heaviness of the weight. But after the workout, when the workout is over, you feel free, you feel light, and most times you feel like maybe you can take on the day. If it's not right after the workout, it's days later, right? But it's in the moment of the transition, that's what brings you that sense of freedom. And so that is the message that I have for you guys. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box below. You can follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. I'm rooted in Oshun on Facebook, but you can follow me. Subscribe to the message, like, comment if this message resonated with you. Bye, guys.